Poor people, the middle class, and rich people use their money when they get paid very differently. And so now if you want to become wealthy, the first thing you have to do is understand as soon as you get paid, what are you going to do with the money that you get when you get paid? Are you going to go out and buy a bunch of things? Are you going to use your cash to pay for all your previous purchases? Or are you going to use your cash to create more income for you in the future? If you want to become wealthy and do what the wealthy do, you have to use your cash as a tool today to create more income in the future. That means buying assets. What are some of these assets? Stocks, real estate, businesses, startups, loans, and potentially an alternative investment. When you invest in the stock market, you are buying companies that are going out and producing products. The government sends out $2,000 checks along with unemployment checks to everybody, and now people have cash in their pockets, and what do? They go to Amazon, they go to Lululemon, they go to Walmart, they go to Target, they go to the store and they spend this money. So now who makes the money? Amazon, Lululemon, Walmart, Chipotle, Target. These are the corporations that are making the money, and the people who own these companies saw huge increases in revenue because people had more money to spend. So who benefited? It's the owners of these companies. And all of the companies that are named are publicly traded companies, meaning they trade on the stock market, meaning anybody with as little as $100 can start investing and owning a piece of these companies. And when you own a piece of these companies, well, when other people spend money there and these companies make bigger profits, you benefit as well. But the reason why so many people lose money in the stock market is because then they start throwing money into it without having the right education, and then they get emotional, they panic, they sell at a loss, or they get greedy and then they start using margin and then they start trading without understanding what they're doing, and then they end up losing money. When in reality, if you want to make money and build real wealth in the stock market, you have to be a long-term investor, not a trader. There's a whole bunch of stock market education on YouTube. Go watch some of that. Second, real estate. Rich people love owning real estate. When I talk about owning real estate, it's different for a rich person and the regular person, because for the regular person, when they think about owning real estate, all they think about is owning the home that they live in. But what wealthy people are working for is owning real estate that they can rent out that produces cash flow. Because that type of investment real estate not only has some of the biggest and best tax breaks that our tax code has to offer, but it's also a great hedge for your money because now it's a great way to fight inflation. And third, it also produces cash flow. So this is what wealthy people are working to own. So as real estate prices go up, will you also benefit? Does this mean that real estate prices only go up? No. We have seen this happen in the past. Just think of the 2008 crash. However, just like with stocks, if you are a long-term real estate investor and you're looking in good areas where people want to live, where you have growing demand, where businesses want to be, well, not only can you benefit from growing real estate prices, but you can also benefit from growing rental prices. But it requires, again, that education. Just like anything else, investing has risks. You are never guaranteed to make money when you invest. You might even lose money, which is why you should never blindly listen to a random guy on YouTube, and why you should always do your own due diligence. Third, you can invest in your own business. This can create some of the biggest and best returns possible, but it's also some of the riskiest returns. You have some of the wealthiest people in the world who became what they are today because they built some of the biggest businesses in the world. Now again, you don't need a ton of money to start building businesses. I started the minority mindset companies and our following companies with less than $500. And I say $500 just to give me a lot of cushion and buffer, but I know it was a lot less than $500. I started making videos with my phone, and then I used my YouTube videos to then fuel some of the businesses that I own right now. The company that I talk about the most on YouTube is Briefs Media. We have 2 free newsletters. One is Market Briefs, which is for investors, which keeps you up to date on what's happening in the financial markets. That way you can make better and smarter decisions with your money. And the second is Business Briefs. This is a newsletter for entrepreneurs and business owners where we keep you up to date on what's happening with business trends, entrepreneurial trends, innovation, and funding. That way you can make better decisions in your business. Both of these are completely free, and I was able to build these thanks to the initial growth from my following here on YouTube. Now, if you haven't joined either one of these newsletters yet, I highly recommend you do so because it's completely free for you. And I'll put the links to how you can join down in the description below. But this is where just understanding that business doesn't mean you need $1 million or $100,000 or $1,000 to start. You can start with as little as a couple $100, but you need the right education, you need the drive, you need the hustle. YouTube has made so much education completely free. and then you can advance to reading books, and then you can start buying classes, and then you can get coaching, but it's all progressive. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on coaching that you don't have. First, start. Make mistakes. Losing is how you succeed. The more you lose, the more you're going to win. So keep trying, keep failing, because that's what's going to take you one step further. Then you can invest in startups. If you've ever seen Shark Tank before, the whole idea is you have these sharks who are investing in startup ideas. And you might thought, man, I wish I could be a shark one day. Well, you can now invest in startups with as little as a couple $100s. There are so many different sites out there that allow you to start crowdfunding and invest in these startup companies. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.